So my name is Scott Garrett, Congressman here for the 5th District, 5th Congressional District. And when I'm in Washington and when people ask me, where do I represent, where is the 5th Congressional District, I always explain to them, oh, that's the nicest part of New Jersey. What we're trying to do is to make sure that the fund is adequately funded so that we'll be able to provide that service, not only now, but in the future as well. And right now, the fund doesn't have enough money in it. So what needs to be done is that, quite honestly, there needs to be, quote, reform or fixes to the overall Medicare system. What does that mean? What that means is that for people such as yourselves who are entitled to and receiving it, there should be no changes to the program except for some of the program, some items like we were talking about here as far as lifting the cap and what have you, but no diminution, no changes negatively of the program. And there's a whole bunch of reform ideas in order to make it, to try and fix that. And then going forward, what you need to do is try to make the program a solid program. I'm hoping, of course, if I have my druthers, is that the entire 2,300-page bill will be thrown out. But if your question is do I know? I don't know. The court can do one of about 4 different things. One, it can simply let the entire statute stand. I don't think they will do that. At the other end of the spectrum, the court can come out and say the entire 2,300 pages of Obamacare is unconstitutional and throw that out. Or it could come out someplace in between. The next step down from that would say just one provision of it, the provision that says you have to buy a health insurance policy is unconstitutional. That's the next phase. And I guess going down the other end of the spectrum is little tweaks here or there. Clearly, tort reform is one. Tort reform simply means that it's so easy to have lawyers sue somebody today. And because lawsuits are so easy, if you're in the medical profession, then you practice defensive medicine, which means when you all go to your doctor, maybe your doctor thinks, well, you should have one test to figure out what's wrong with you. But to be on the safe side, he'll order test number 2 or 3 or 4, whatever, extra tests. And he's doing that not necessarily because he really thinks he needs that extra test to figure out what's wrong with you or to treat you. He's doing that extra test so he's covering himself. The short answer is because for every program there is that you spend money for, there is a constituency out there that says this is an absolutely essential program. Do not cut our spending. So it's political pressure to keep on spending. And in fact, most of the groups say, not only do not cut my program, they say, next year give me a little bit more for it. And so, just like with your family budget or your business budget, every year it got ramped up. And for a long time that worked fine when the economy was booming and taxes were coming in and revenue was coming in and nobody was concerned about it. But it just continued to ramp up. Revenue sort of flattened out, and now we're spending, as I say, over $1 trillion more than we take in.